Good morning. I'm for the daily reflection. Wish I had more energy when I did this. I'd probably be enthusiastic or something weird. Yeah. All right, we are all set up. Good morning, everyone. It's good to see everyone. Um, good to be seen. All that good stuff. So, yes, walking the talk. That is the topic today. Um, yeah. Before I get started, let's try and remember that if something is going on, but it's not affecting me, that I don't know about it, right? I'm probably not gonna, put any effort into it, things like that, because I don't know that it's going on. So remember that people are going through things. Holidays are coming up. Let's give a little bit of extra tolerance, kindliness, and love than we usually do. I don't think it takes that much effort to add a little bit more into something that we are already doing, right? So it's those things that we should be conscious of. Part of emotional sobriety is thinking of others, and that's part of it. So we should always consider kind of what we're doing, what we're saying, things like that. So, um, walking the talk. Essentially, this means that whatever comes out of your mouth, you're going to be doing, or you are doing, you have done. Okay. Now, newer in the program, it can be a little bit tougher for you. There's only so much of the talk that you can walk. That's right. That's correct. But let's get to it. Let's see what ODAT has to say about it. There are few absolutes in the program's 12 steps. We are free to start at any point we can or will. I don't quite understand it yet. It took me a little bit to finally understand this one. God as we understood him may be defined as simply a power greater. For many of us in the program, the group itself was our first higher power, or power greater. And this acknowledgement is relatively easy to make if a newcomer knows that most of the members are sober and otherwise chemically free, and he or she isn't. So that being the example. Perhaps for the first time, the newcomer is at least willing to disclaim that he himself or she herself is God. Okay? So the newcomer is claiming that they are God. Now, they don't come in and say, I'm God. No, it's about control. They usually come in, I'm trying to control this, I'm doing this. And it's not good stuff. People, let's see, I forgot already. People don't come into AA because things are going really, really well. Okay, or start AA. Once we're in, yeah, we'll go when things are well. That's when you should go. So, so I'm trying something, guys, because I'm getting older, and I just don't see it as well. So these are my $300 reading glasses that I got years ago. See, they don't even go on with these. I'm done already. Now I feel sorry that I ever made fun of anybody with glasses, huh? Right? All right, let's go. Now I can't see anything past here, though. I can see everything perfectly there. All right. Wow. All right. Holy crap, this whole page just jumped at me. We have been speaking to you of serious, sometimes tragic things. We have been dealing with alcohol in its worst aspect, but we are not a glum lot. If newcomers could see no joy or fun in our existence, they wouldn't want it. We absolutely insist on enjoying life. This really is right here. This is walking. I can't look up. That hurts. This really is. That isn't working for me. If newcomers could see no joy or fun in our existence, they wouldn't want it. So they don't want to come in and see, a bunch of dull people whining about yesterday. Okay. They don't want to see that. I'm not saying it happens because I very rarely see that. Most conversations that I hear before the meetings are pretty fun, things like that. But you guys, let's, because we're doing a lot of Zoom stuff, right? So people are just kind of talking or whatever. Stay away from politics and Corona. Nobody wants to hear it. Okay. Nobody wants to hear those conversations. And don't come on and argue back and forth about the football, your favorite football teams and stuff all the time. It's just rude, man. There are new people coming in, and even myself, I come to the meetings to get away from that stuff, so I don't want to hear it. If you want to have that personal conversation, go outside, man. When we see a sinking man into the mire that is alcoholism, we give him first aid and place what we have at his disposal. For his sake, we do not recount and almost relive the horrors of our past. But those of us who have tried to shoulder the entire burden and trouble of others will find we are soon overcome by them. So we think cheerfulness and laughter make for usefulness. Outsiders are sometimes shocked when we burst into merriment over a seemingly tragic experience out of the past. But why shouldn't we laugh? We have recovered and we have been given the power to help others. We have recovered. I believe in that. I believe in recovered. I'm recovered. And I love it. Okay. I'm not cured of alcoholism. Okay. Why we should have to qualify that, I don't know. Read it for what it is. We recover from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. We return from sanity. It's true. And if you don't want to believe that, then you can stay in your miserable little hole. Okay? I'm sorry you don't believe that, but it says recovered. I mean, it even says it right at the beginning of the book. It says we are 100 women who have recovered. And that's why we wrote the book. Okay? So you do recover. If you don't believe that, then again, I'm sorry that you don't. Everybody knows that those in bad health and those who seldom play do not laugh much. So let each family play together or separately as much as their circumstances warrant. We are sure God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. We cannot subscribe to the belief that life is a vale of tears, though it was once just that for many of us. But it is clear that we made our own misery. God didn't do it. Avoid then the deliberate manufacture of misery. But if trouble comes, cheerfully capitalize it as an opportunity to demonstrate his omnipotence. And that was out of The Family Afterwards, page 132. I think I just want to read this next paragraph. We've got time. Now about health. A body badly burned by alcohol does not often recover overnight, nor do twisted thinking and depression vanish in a twinkling. We are convinced that a spiritual mode of living is the most powerful health restorative. We who have recovered from serious drinking are miracles of mental health, but we have seen remarkable transformations in our bodies. Hardly one of our crowd now shows any mark of dissipation. They're recovering. See, that's the difference between sobriety and recovery. Right there. Sober is just kind of going through the motions so that you don't drink anymore. And if that's what you want, that's okay. Recovery kind of goes beyond. I mean, it says in the big book, once you do the 12 steps, go spread the word. Go to your hospitals, go to your sanitariums. And I understand we don't have sanitariums anymore. We just call them something different now. We call them treatment centers. Okay? So get out and do some 12-step work. Show other people that life is not dull, boring, and glum just because you got sober. In fact, it's a lot more enjoyable. And what's cool, I remember what I do. That's cool stuff. I remember what happened the night before. I know everything that happened last night before I went to bed. May define and discover my own higher power. As that definition becomes clearer and closer to me, may I remember not to insist my interpretation is right. Yours is yours. Period. My higher power is probably different from your higher power. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what's great about God. He is exactly what we need him to be. Or her, depending on how you think things. As that definition becomes clear, for each must find his or her own higher power. If a newcomer is feeling godless and alone, the power of the group may be enough for now. May I never discredit the power of the group. Today I will remember group power can be a higher power for now. Okay, that needs to change by the time you get to your 9th step. Actually, I would highly recommend you change it before you get to your 4th step. Okay. Yes, the group can be a higher power for a little bit, and we can teach you how to love yourself and things like that, or we can love you till you learn how to love yourself, right? And we do that, but there does need to come a day when you need to stop suckling the tit of the group. Okay. What happens if coronavirus hits and the group is down for a month? Where's your higher power? Gone. At home. Out of reach, right? Yeah. That feels kind of scary to me. So, keep that in mind. It's okay in the beginning, certainly. If that's what you need, by all means, utilize anything that you need. I don't care if it even seems wrong to other people. If it's going to keep you sober, right? Because isn't that the goal in the beginning is to get sober, right? That's going to take you 28 days, right? Right? And that's okay. It takes us all 28 days. It does. It takes that long for the alcohol. Notice the 30 days is usually where the pink cloud hits. Okay. It's not just because you accomplish the 30 days. It's not just that. It's because the alcohol is left your body. Okay. Now, just because you blow zeros doesn't mean that there isn't alcohol streaming around your bloodstream, guys. It's there. It's in your blood cells and the the oxygen that floats around. It's still in your brain for a little while. Okay. Your little brain, your synapses will they create these little pathways, all these little pathways to help you direct your drinking when you were drinking. And now it has nothing. That's why your brain is going crazy, because your neurons created all these different pathways of comfort. Excuse me. All right. And now they're looking for it, but they can't find it. Right. So since it's not being filled up anymore, it starts to take it away because it doesn't need it. And that's where you're starting to see that colors are brighter. You feel better. You feel like you remember that fog. You remember being under the fog. That was your brain synapses trying to fill stuff that it couldn't fill because you weren't drinking and drugging anymore. And that's why. And guess how long that takes? 28 days on normal, right? How long is treatment? 28 days. How long do they usually supply insurance? 28 days. Now you know why, right? Right? Oh, I just thought it was that way because it was named off a movie. No, horrible movie too. All right, guys, I will be back tomorrow for a daily reflection. I'm looking forward to my speaker today. He's a fellow. He's in my home group, and this is another guy that speaks his feelings, which I absolutely love. I think AA needs more men that are willing to express their feelings, their true feelings. That it's okay to cry. It's okay to say that I'm upset. That's all right. I just got to do it the right way, right? All right. All right, guys. I will be back tomorrow. I love y'all. I do. Peace out and have a day.